Hey guys, we're back with Danganronpa V3 when we last left off. Oh, wait, there's gonna be spoilers past chapter 1? Don't want to see them? Click off the video. Or don't, but you'll see them, so, and hear them. Anyways, when we last left off, we finished investigating for the 4th chapter, and we're going into the class trial. I got my new headset, so I don't have to like tilt my head a certain way to hear anymore, so that's nice. There we are. Yeah, we have to put in the skill, abracadabra. Remember to do that. It is freezing where I am. It's only October. I shouldn't have said that because this video will come out in like December. I've been uploading daily again, so. Well, actually, it might because I also upload the letter. Anyway, let's begin. Monica was just out of it. He's dead inside. Like me. I wonder if you guys can hear that. Hold on. Yeah, probably not. Aw, that's gonna happen. My body swapped here. That's gotta be true. Wait, you guys can't hear audio. OBS? Audio? Hold on. Okay, pardon that. I'll just keep going, you know. You miss Monica sounding dead inside. And
Daddy, are you sure you should make a decision like that so casually?
Wait, what did you just say? What happens? Okay, as long as one of them is, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Whatever.
Thanks. Since that's answered, I can start enjoying this life or death game now.
What game? How long are you gonna keep saying that?
Just ignore Kokichi.
Actually,
the rest of us need to work together to find the truth.
If they pull that twist again.
Got it! We can't die here! Oh my! Himiko has become so determined! It's true! People really do change!
But now she's lost what made her so unique.
That's none of your business!
We should focus on the class trial. First, we need to clarify...
Kaito's the culprit!
Oh yeah?
What? Say that to my face!
While we were all still logged in, Kaito logged out alone, right? You were able to move freely. Doesn't that mean you could have committed the murder?
Don't screw around! There's no way I'm the culprit!
Kaito right. Kaito couldn't have killed Mew.
How long are you gonna keep saying that? Trusted people can still kill, you know. We already saw that a bunch of times. So many times. Since Kaede.
Don't say her name. The fact that Kaito is the only one logged out is suspicious. But he's not the culprit. He can't be.
Kaito logged out first, by himself. You was still logged in, though. That's when you poisoned her, right, Kaito?
Is the Monica bio? Small bottle of poison. Where is it? Where's the poison? Small bottle of poison, there we go. Completely bloodshot. Where is bloodshot?
Kaito culprit? Impossible!
Of course it's impossible, because I didn't do it! I mean, we found that bottle of poison on Kokichi's seat, didn't we?
The culprit was trying to pin the blame on me. That diversion was part of your plan, right, Kaito?
Well, Kaito, any last words?
Well, Himiko! Don't fall for Kokichi's
What do you mean, last words?
It's really to decide if Miu was killed in the real world or the virtual world. That's where the problem lies.
Kaito logged out first, by himself.
I'm not for sure if it's Monokuma.
Miu is still logged in, though.
Okay.
That's when he poisoned her.
Did I miss? Oh, yeah, I did.
That's wrong!
That's wrong! I was a bit late on that.
Miu wasn't killed by poison, and the warning on the label proves it.
Have you guys seen a Miu's death thing yet? Hold on.
Drinking the poison would result in subconjunctival
XXX.
hemorrhaging. In other words, your eyes would be bloodshot.
Oh, but Miu's body.
Oh, what's Korikyo's?
That's right. Her eyes weren't bloodshot. She wasn't killed by that poison.
Then what was that poison for?
Probably a diversion. The culprit wanted us to think Miu died by poison.
Then, what was her real cause of death?
Miu's real cause of death. The only one I can think of.
This is it!
I meant to scroll down, but yeah.
Miu's cause of death was the killing game simulator itself. In the virtual world, if your avatar takes fatal damage, your real body dies of shock. That was made clear in the program's text file.
Miu received fatal damage in the virtual world and died from that shock.
In that case, it's fair to say that the cause of death was actually the simulator.
Gonta has question.
We cleared Kaito of suspicion really fast. That's unlike Danganronpa.
Where is this virtual world place? What floor is it on?
If you don't understand, then don't say anything.
If Miu was killed in the virtual world, then the next thing we need to figure out is what caused her to incur fatal damage within the virtual world.
So her cause of death in the virtual world is the one that matters.
Oh, it seems like Gonta is confused. So why don't we review things a bit?
Hey, look at Wanatayo. He just pulled out ninja stars.
So we split into two groups to find the secret of the outside world.
The ones who searched the mansion were me, Shuichi, Samugi, Gonta, and that NPC Kaito.
He's not an NPC.
Hey, who you calling NPC, you ASS?
Ooh, you can't say that. Ooh.
And the others who searched the chapel were Keyboy, Maki, Himiko, and the late Miu.
Kaito, if you say that, you're going to HE double hockey sticks.
How could someone have given her fatal damage in that situation? That's what we gotta think about. Now, let's all work together.
Guess the hammer?
Aww, little Himiko is all grown up.
Oh.
Too bad your chest hasn't grown up, though.
It's okay. Let us just.
That was uncalled for. Someday, my chest will grow like crazy.
Let's begin then.
Fatal damage that Miu received in the virtual world. Let's pin that down. Wait, hold on. How old is Himiko? I mean, in the past two games, they're all in a class
virtual
together. So I
world,
wanna,
Miu was fatal.
I can't look at the thing. But in past games, they're all in the same grade. But oh no.
Fatally injured.
Going to
Let's
jail.
focus our efforts on that first.
Whatever did that to Miu was dropped right next to her avatar. It has to be the hammer!
Or going to beat her with his bare hands.
Are we certain that blunt force was involved?
Yeah, because
I think
objects can't break,
strangulation
right?
is more likely.
It's possible she was pushed from a great height.
Could she have drowned?
Oh, actually. Oh, no. She was suffering as she died, so I thought maybe we should drown. Now that I think about it, just really no evidence for it.
Oh no!
In the virtual world, Miu was fatally injured.
So let's focus our efforts on that first.
Oh,
Was
abracadabra?
dropped right next to her avatar.
Okay, yeah, it's
Has to
Miu's
be the
fault.
hammer!
Or going to beat her with his bare hands.
Are we certain that blunt force was involved? I think strangulation.
Oh no, I missed!
It's possible she was a great.
In the virtual world, Miu was fatally injured. So let's focus our efforts on that first.
This skill's the best thing in the world.
We're going to beat her with his bare
It's
hands.
really cool.
Are we certain that blunt force was involved? I think strangulation is
There we go. I didn't get the
I agree!
Yeah, I think it's break.
Miu's body showed severe trauma and signs of a struggle.
Yeah, she looked like she suffered. Very hard to look at.
Right. And the virtual world is connected to our 5 senses. If her body experienced pain, she must have been in pain in the virtual world as well.
I mean, it could have done that if she was drowning, probably.
Knowing that, I believe Maki is correct. Miu was strangled to death.
Yeah, definitely. Strangling and poison are the only methods that can make her look like she suffocated. But we already removed the possibility of poison, so it can only be strangulation. Also, when a victim is poisoned, they commonly grab their chest or mouth. But Miu was holding her throat. It's obvious she was trying to protect her windpipe.
Oh, the Assassin Master gets really chatty when it comes to corpses.
Shut up, Fuki.
In that case, her exact cause of death is being strangled in the virtual world.
But is strangulation even possible in the virtual world? If the avatars were equally strong, it would be difficult to strangle a resisting victim.
So, there's the whole thing with freezing Kokishi, but
Yeah, if she was just as strong as them, no way they could have strangled her.
Then the culprit would need a tool. There are tons of cases where a weaker person would strangle a stronger person with a rope.
Wow, you know a lot about killing, nerd.
But was there
Shut
even
up,
a rope
Kiki.
in that world? I don't remember seeing one.
Then they must have used something else as a rope.
something for a rope? I have an idea what it might be. Found it during the investigation. I mean, no? How the lattice for you? Toilet paper? Actually,
This is it!
it can't break.
During the investigation, we found toilet paper outside the mansion.
Is this toilet paper? What toilet paper be doing here?
I'm guessing that the toilet paper was used to strangle her.
Gonta, no can ignore that!
I don't think Gota's ever done this before.
What you mean, Shuichi?
Huh? What's wrong?
What, wrong? Shuichi goofing off! Not gentlemanly at all!
Oh, he's bad. They needed to fill in time, so they were like, okay, just have Gota be an idiot. To give, add 5 minutes to the time.
There's no time for nonsense! You can use toilet paper in place of rope! What tear too easy?
I'll cut through your words!
I'll cut through your words.
The toilet paper wouldn't tear. Because in the virtual world, objects are unbreakable.
Breakable?
You're so dumb, Gonta. You didn't even know that?
What if Gota's actually the culprit and he's just pretending not to know?
If objects can't
I don't
break in
want
that
that to be
world,
true.
then toilet paper shouldn't be able to tear. And since it couldn't tear, it could be used as a rope.
Gonta not really understand, but... Sorry, Shuichi. Gonta was wrong.
It's okay, Gonta. Don't worry about it.
Killed by toilet paper. It was a fitting end for her.
A fitting end? I do not fully understand that logic.
But if Mew was killed near the chapel, why was the murder weapon by the mansion?
Maybe the culprit tried to get rid of it to destroy the evidence.
And I assume she was killed on the roof. But culprit meant to get rid of the evidence. They did a poor job of it. It's a much better place where they could have destroyed it.
If toilet paper was the murder weapon, then what's the deal with the hammer next to her?
Perhaps the culprit prepared a backup weapon, just in case.
No, the culprit didn't bring the hammer.
Yeah.
No? But who else but the culprit would bring a hammer?
Wait, we already know who brought that hammer. The person who brought the hammer. Mew.
That's it!
Do we have more hearts than we usually do?
Mew was the one who brought the hammer.
Mew bring hammer?
Remember what she told us?
Maybe you wrote the program to delete all dangerous weapons, objects that can be used as weapons.
Yeah, she did say she deleted any dangerous objects.
If that were true, she wouldn't have missed something like a hammer. Meaning that Mew must have left it on purpose.
On purpose?
But why she do that?
Mew brought the hammer for sure. What did she need it for? We need to make that clear.
Let's assume that Mew brought the hammer. What was she planning to do with it?
Maybe use it to break down a wall?
Uses for a hammer. Gonta, no! Mew gonna build stuff with hammer!
Oh! Of course!
Probably just brought it for self-defense.
Or she secretly met up with someone.
I agree!
Okay, KJ, how do you know?
Mew was gonna meet up with someone in the virtual world.
Mm-hmm. With me. I was supposed to meet up with Mew on the roof of the mansion.
What? Is that true?
I overheard them talking about it at the chapel.
By the way, Mew asked to meet up with me before we went into the virtual world.
It feels like this trail's gonna be really short.
I totally forgot where we were supposed to meet, so good thing Keyboy spied on us.
Wait, so Mew called Kokichi out?
If Mew brought the hammer, I wonder what she was planning to do with it.
Huh, I wonder. Kokichi's already figured it out too. She was planning to kill Kokichi. Confess her love for Kokichi.
That's it!
She was trying to kill Kokichi.
She was what?
Yep, she plotted to meet up with me and then kill me with the hammer. If you want to prove this, you'll need to figure out Mew's plan, okay?
Mew's plan, huh? What if... Is Kokichi the culprit here? This sounds like my body swapped here. Did Kokichi and Mew? Huh. Mew's plan, huh? If I analyze the clues we found, I can figure something out. Alright, let's do it. Do it. Oh, taxi! Let's see if I can get to it. Oh, look at the sign. I wonder if you don't get like a full sentence, it just makes you answer it with what you mean. It doesn't look like you can really grab food. Who tried to kill Kokichi? You can't back up. Oh, there we go. Just gotta go slow. There's a way to like... Oh yeah, you can Grand Theft Auto. Okay. I forgot. I wonder what this sentence is. Thinking time. Thinking time. Next question. What was neutral? Why? Where was neutral? The roof, I guess? Kitchen time! Oh, the virtual world. It'd be so obvious if you did it though. Like, just think of, I mean, it is weird, actually. If you hit the walls, does you can go down? Or you have, oh, there's Maggie. There's heads. Why was the bottle of poison found on the PC? Oh, because Miyu put it there. Here's the last login. It's something I assume. There. Oh yeah, I do it all! I assume movement. Is that her? I think she had a CG. Diverted. It connects! So, why do you need three?
She wanted it to appear as if Kokichi was killed in the real world.
She placed the poison on my seat to make us think the murder happened in the real world.
She did that too?
What? Miyu was the one who put that poison bottle there? No, that ain't right. Something's definitely weird about that.
What's weird about that? I assume I'll be presenting the login logs or whatever they're called. Yeah, their login record.
When could Miyu have put the poison there?
If she did place the poison without us noticing, then she must have logged out at some point.
And then what? She logged back in?
Kokichi, weren't you in the salon around that time? Did you see her log in or log out at all?
Nope, I didn't see that at all.
If she hadn't logged in or out,
come on,
then Miyu couldn't have placed the poison. That's wrong!
That's wrong! I just like saying that.
It was Miyu who planted the poison on Kokichi's chair. She had plenty of time to do it. Here, take a look at this.
Is this a record of who went in and out of the virtual world?
That's right. It says that Mew was the last of us to log in.
Yeah, what about it?
If she logged in last, she would have had time to move around in the real world after the previous person logged in.
That's right. She could have placed poison bottle on Kokichi's seat.
This was all part of Mew's plan. She tried to kill me in the virtual world, make us think it happened in the real world.
How does go into suddenly know what's going on?
Then pin the crime on Kaito.
Well, that's not my fault.
Which is why she manually logged you out, just for that purpose.
So she did that to me?
Yes, I'm positive of that. Mew used a method only she could use to log Kaito out manually.
It's gonna make me present the cell phone, even though it hand-fed me this. How did Mew log Kaito out?
This is it!
This is it. Got it.
It was the cell phone found by Mew's avatar.
Yep.
That cell phone worked the same way as the phone in the salon. It logs users in and out. I verified this myself when I spoke Kaito's name into it.
Kaito Momota. You logged out, just as I thought.
I see. With that cell phone, she could force anyone to log out at any time.
But Mew never mentioned a cell phone, right?
You'd think she'd try to kill Shuichi, given, you know, Ultimate Detective.
That's what Shuichi referred to when he mentioned a method only she could use. She kept the cell phone a secret on purpose, so she could use it for the murder.
So, she really was planning a murder.
And she tried to set me up.
Well, I knew that from the start.
Then why did you say I was the culprit?
Because I wanted to get it through your thick skull. People you trust and defend will ultimately betray you. This is a game of suspicion.
What's with Kokichi's face? Like, how's his mouth that long? That's just ridiculous.
Well, I think your ideals should stay the same.
I'm really confused about how to feel about Kokichi. Like, he's basically just a Nagito clone at this point.
Because phonies like you are what make the game more interesting. Don't you agree, Monokuma?
Huh? Do I? I don't know about that. Huh? Wait, what were we talking about?
I wonder when Daddy's gonna get his motivation back.
Yeah! If Father keeps slacking off, all the work is gonna get forced onto Mommy.
Huh? Mommy?
My head! I feel like I'm about to remember something, but I can't.
What's wrong, Monotaro? Pull yourself together!
Monotario!
Anywho, it's a blessing in disguise that Mew died and not me.
Monotario's my favorite. He's totally gonna die this time, but...
What you mean?
Like, if the body swap theory is true, he's gonna be like... Not saying, Miyu! And jump into the fire with...
Cause she wouldn't have said anything about what really happened in the virtual world. You guys would have had a way harder time finding the culprit, you know. She would have been able to lie about the virtual world settings as much as she wanted.
Yeah.
And you'd never know that the murder actually took place in the virtual world.
So that's why she decided to attempt a murder, because she had total control.
Then the reason Mew was so insistent we go into the virtual world was...
Because you're only mad because you haven't been in the virtual world yet. Once you go, you'll understand. Seriously, it's so awesome. I know you guys will love it. Then, you're gonna fall in love with me for showing it to you guys. So let's dive right in, okay? We'll do it together.
She was insistent we go there so she could kill us. What a shady person.
I was sad that she was gone, but now I don't know what to think.
I actually love Hibiko's voice acting.
Nice! Backstabbed by a trusted friend. See? That's an ideal fun situation. Now we can start a real class trial.
Ooh.
Hey, Kokichi sorta sound like Monokuma.
Kind of dresses like him too.
Really? I don't sound anything like him.
No, you're just like Monokuma. Both of you are cowards. You never speak the truth or show your true face.
What song is this? Is this new?
Wait, coward? You say some interesting things sometimes, Kaito.
Smiling, putting on a mask, never saying what you really think.
No, he always says what he really thinks.
That kind of cowardice is just like Monokuma.
Daddy, they're calling you a coward! Aren't you gonna do something?
Yeah, I just gotta do my signature laugh, right? There, I did it.
I love depressed Monokuma. Straight like this real.
Completely lost his drive! Like a one-hit wonder who clings to their former fame!
My head!
Listen up, Kokichi. To hell with this game of suspicion crap. I will never be okay with it.
Did his voice acting just like get louder?
I'm just gonna believe in everyone.
I'll show him that line, okay.
Instead of suspecting my friends, I'm gonna find the truth by believing in them.
Well, if you think you can win this game like that, then sure, be my guest.
Of course I can. I don't need your permission.
How long are you guys going to argue? Let's hurry this up and continue. If we don't find the culprit, then we'll all die, you know that?
Oh, you're right.
Whoops.
I'm sorry.
If we are going to begin searching for the culprit, let's start with Kokichi's story.
Huh? My story?
You were meeting with Miu, but she ended up as the victim. So it's only natural for us to think you're the killer, right?
Here's my answer. I never met up with Miu.
You didn't?
I tried to go to the roof to meet up with her, but the door was locked.
But isn't lockpicking your specialty? You should have been able to open it easy.
But it's in the world.
I couldn't pick locks with my avatar body. I didn't have the tools for it either. Also, I never went to the roof, not even for the meeting.
I remember. You and Gonta went off together when we first started looking.
But was the door to the roof actually locked?
Wait, which way does it lock on? Where's the... Where's the door? Where's the door? And the roof? Is that not... which way did it lock? Did it lock from the inside so we could have just turned it? Or did it lock from the outside?
When I was on the roof before logging out, the door wasn't locked.
Huh? How should I know?
Then who locked the door to the roof?
I already told you. How should I know?
When I went to the roof, it wasn't locked, so you gotta be lying.
What good would it be if I lied? I don't want to die either, you know.
Lying would do you a lot of good if you're the culprit.
Oh, I see.
Oh, whoops.
I didn't realize that.
What kind of response is that? That's suspicious as hell!
You mean suspicious as HE double hockey sticks?
Wait, there's no point in arguing about that now. The truth will come out eventually. Before we get to that, we need to discover the truth behind Miu's death.
Truth?
There were mysterious circumstances surrounding her death. We need to make sense of those first.
Wow, Shuichi, you know your way around this game.
Ooh, good job, Shuichi.
Yes, keep up the hard work.
We're not gonna get
the
anything
fate of our
out of
lives
Kokichi.
rests in your hands.
So, what is this strange circumstance?
Kokichi claims it was Miu who chose the meeting place. But I'm wondering how she got from the chapel to the mansion's roof.
I
Okay.
see. Miu sent the bridge connecting the mansion and chapel into the river herself.
Oops, my hand slipped. So did it just flow down the river? She wanted picked it up and then, but
If that's the case,
threw it into the river
then
again.
Mew might not have even gone to the roof.
Huh? So she stood me up? It's very rude to break a promise.
It's true. First room to determine if Mew was actually there or not. Did she go? Or was she never on the roof at all? Non-stop debate. Start.
Mew was waiting for me to arrive. I'm sure she was waiting on the rooftop of the mansion.
No, Mew should have been at the chapel. If you look at where her avatar fell, it's right next to the chapel.
Wait, hold on. Some Mew's avatar is doing though.
How would she have gotten to the mansion? There was no bridge over the river.
A bridge would be the only way to get across.
So, her meeting with Kokichi...
She stood me up!
At first glance, it seems impossible for her to go to the mansion. There has to be some evidence that shows this.
Mew was waiting for me to arrive.
Yeah, okay.
I'm sure she was waiting on the rooftop of the mansion.
No, Mew should have been at the chapel.
That's wrong!
Let's go! Sorry, Himiko. Had to go again.
Mew must have gone to the mansion. We have a witness.
Yeah, when I was searching the dining room, I saw Mew pass by the window.
Then why didn't you say so sooner?
Sorry, I thought I was just mistaken at first.
Yeah, look at Corey Heels. Wait, what if Mew swapped bodies with Tsumugi?
Since there was no way she could have come to the mansion.
I got it. This is Mew right now. That's why I said take any stand that you want. And she dressed up Tsumugi's body like Mew. And she's not pink. She's not Majin Tsumugi because she's dead.
But I guess I wasn't mistaken after all. That was definitely Mew.
Monetario, you okay?
Then, how did she get to the mansion from the chapel?
It must have been some special method only Mew knew, like with that cell phone.
There's no doubt about that. That's why she dropped the bridge. If a murder occurred when it was impossible to cross the river, she wouldn't be implicated. She used a secret method to move from the chapel to the mansion for the murder.
Yeah, I don't know.
She dropped the bridge to make a huge scene just to let everyone know it's no longer there.
Yep.
So, what secret method did she use?
It won't be that easy to figure out. It's called a secret method for a reason.
No worries, guys. As long as we leave it to Shuichi, everything will be A-okay.
What?
What are you saying? We can't just rely on Shuichi all the time.
Yeah, I feel like something's gonna happen with that plot point.
This class trial's for all of us. We're here to solve this together.
You would just slow down Shuichi.
Shut up!
Kinda thinking Kokichi really is the culprit. I don't have time to deal with Kokichi. Right now I need to focus on the case. Positive that Mew had some kind of special method to get to the mansion. Okay, just have to figure out what it was. Because he's acting differently than he normally is. Like, I mean, sure, he's always annoying, but...
The way across that only Mew knew about.
Like a hidden bridge besides that signboard maybe.
Or, instead of bridge, Mew used some kind of vehicle to go over.
Or maybe she teleported with magic. Or she used a warp zone.
Maybe there's a place you could cross without a bridge.
A hidden route that only Mew could use to get across.
Hey, it could be either of these. Agreed.
I agree.
Okay. Great, because they said no teleports, but...
That's it, Kibo. There was a hidden route only Mew could use.
Was there really?
Mew modified the program to add a special wall to the world. The wall stretches along the y-axis, but we found 2 such walls in the virtual world. It's unclear whether Mew added the wall by the mansion or the wall near the chapel. We do know that that wall was set so that only objects could pass through.
Don't be naive, Shuichi.
Oh, Kaito.
What is it, Kaito?
Jeez, Mew set up a weird wall like that? That is suspicious, but it's got nothing to do with what we were talking about.
Nothing to do with it.
Huh. You don't even realize your mistake? Are you losing your edge?
Although, I don't think he did it this time. Although, he actually could have. Like, let's say Mew goes through, Kaito's there. Kaito kills her. Kaito uses the cell phone to log out. But I think Kaito's going to end up killing someone. Like, I think his motive's going to be, oh, I gotta go to space. And I think it's going to pull that plot point that Maki mentioned earlier. How well do you really know someone if you've only known them for like a week or 2? I just feel like that's definitely going to happen either with Kaito or with Maki. I'm feeling it's going to be Kaito.
Oh well, my sidekick's mistakes are my mistakes. I'll make it right.
Battle Showdown! Truth Play!
What we gotta figure out is how Mew got from the chapel to the mansion. So why waste time talking about the... It's pointless. We gotta take a whole new approach here.
Advance!
Now wait just a second. It's not actually impossible at all.
But you just said so, didn't you? That wall Mew set up only lets non-human objects go through it. Humans aren't able to pass through. So Mew obviously wouldn't be able to go through that wall. She's not just an object after all. You get it? So let's go through this one more time. But you just said so, didn't you? That wall Mew set up only lets non-human objects go through it. Humans aren't able to pass through. So Mew obviously wouldn't be able to go through that wall.
Again?
She's not just an object after all. I'll cut through your words.
Counter. Break.
The wall wasn't the only thing that Mew changed. She also changed her avatar settings from human to object.
From human to object?
Which means the virtual world treated her avatar as an object.
I bet Shuichi and Kaito actually did have like a real sword fight. They're standing right next to each other, so they totally could have.
She could have passed through a wall that only non-humans could go through.
Is that right?
Don't get ahead of yourself, Kaito. We need to listen to everything Shuichi says. I already told you, the more you try, the more you cause us trouble. It's so totally lame that your own sidekick is dissing you!
Kokichi, enough! I wasn't arguing with him. I was just explaining.
I don't care. That doesn't bother me at all.
He does care. It bothers him a lot.
It just means even I make mistakes. Don't worry about it, Shuichi.
Okay.
It's pretty funny seeing Kaito try to act all tough like this.
Kokichi, please refrain from making such irrelevant and irrational remarks.
Yeah.
So, if Mew messed with the program and made a wall only she could go through,
Then her secret route was through that wall?
that's it, right? Like using a glitch in a game to walk outside the map.
So I assume the loading point was actually just the crossover point between, like... So, like, the map's still flat, but it just kind of crosses you over to the, like, left side from the right side.
I bet Mew had a hidden passage like that in the back of the chapel.
But even if she could walk through walls, was there really a hidden passage? 'Cause Mew said...
No, you're not trapped here. Beyond that wall is the end of the world. Literally. Past that wall, nothing exists. Everything ends there.
She probably lied. There would be no point in going if there was nothing on the other side.
Mew lied.
I wonder what the truth is. There's no way to find out now.
That cum-soaked urinal cake was totally lying about there being nothing past the wall. She lived a life of pride, vulgarity, and secrets. Lying would be a piece of cake for her.
Kokichi, you no have to go that far.
Yeah.
Stop it! Don't badmouth Mommy!
Monotaro!
He remembers!
Listen to you, talking about Mommy like she was a terrible lying whore.
Oh, she was, but...
But Mommy wasn't lying. There was no hidden route in that virtual world.
Oh, there wasn't, huh?
Hey! You can't tell them such an important hint!
Oh, if you say that hint is important, then I guess
okay.
it must be true.
Thanks, Monotaro.
Oh, shoot!
Ah, jeez. You're lucky you're cute.
Is Kokichi saying all that stuff about Mew to get the Cubs to reveal something? Guess I should thank him. I have no idea why he does things sometimes.
So now that we know there's no hidden route, why did she manipulate the program? If there's actually nothing past the wall, then that setting was meaningless.
Hold on. Okay.
Mew wouldn't have done something meaningless. She would have had a plan.
Yes, Mew definitely wanted to be able to go through that wall for a reason. We aren't sure why yet, but once we solve the mystery of the virtual world...
Mystery of virtual world?
There have been a lot of strange occurrences in the virtual world.
We just ignore Gonta now.
If we can determine why, we will also determine what Mew was up to.
By current theory, basically everyone is Mew. Kano's
We'll
Mew.
know why she wanted to
Gota's
pass
Mew.
through the wall.
Kibo's Mew. Tsumugi's Mew. Who isn't Mew at this point?
All right, let's clear up those strange occurrences.
Yeah, Gonta will help, even though Gonta not know what you're talking about.
Speaking of strange occurrences, I'm just plain worried about that one thing.
I don't get Koikiyo's death thing.
Remember? That thing that made us notice all the strange occurrences?
The event that let us there. Oh, the loud noise.
This is it! You mean the loud sound that you and I heard in the kitchen?
Bang! Ah! What was that sound? Sounded like something was struck very hard. Came from outside, but...
Hmm? You all heard that sound too?
Yes, in the mansion's kitchen.
But that sound occurred near the chapel. How did you hear it all the way at the mansion?
I guess they're just right next to each other, but, you know.
First off, sound can't go past the map loading point. Did that sound really come from the chapel?
That sound was something hitting the chapel wall. It was real
Or was it in
loud.
real life? Like, that was my previous
And we
theory.
definitely heard it. We heard Kibo's voice as well.
But there's nothing to hint at that. Right now, let's go outside and check. Oh no! What? That was Kibo's voice, right? I think I heard him outside. It sounded close.
You heard my voice too?
What? That is pretty strange.
Exactly. That has to be some kind of clue to the mystery of the virtual world.
Okay, well, let's check the answers later and try to find all the other clues first. There was another mysterious phenomenon in the virtual world, wasn't there?
Kokichi talked like he noticed something. Pretending not to
Ooh.
know?
Good job, Gonta.
Even
I mean,
Gonta
Mio.
is suspicious of me? I always thought you would be the one to trust me!
Sorry, Gonta not mean it like that.
There's no need to apologize to him. He's probably just lying again.
What was the other strange occurrence? Did you see it, Shuichi?
Strange occurrence? Another mysterious phenomenon. Something that shouldn't be possible is Mew in the mansion with that loud noise. I need to remember everything else that happened in there. Oh. F1. A weird phenomenon happened. Oh. The clock turned upside down. Oh, the signboard. I guess I gotta just break this. Cleared.
I see it!
Complete.
The sign that we were using as a bridge was odd to me.
Odd how?
We mentioned it before, but Mew dropped the sign in the river.
Whoops, my hand slipped.
We found it later, but there was something unnatural about it.
Finding that sign was definitely weird. Most confused by how the sign got there. I remember exactly what happened with that sign. Alright, here we go. Oh no. Not Hangman's. Oh. I'm gonna keep going until the interlude, I think. I'm not sure if the later cases have more than one interlude. I think just pausing at the interlude is the most natural choice. Then, although it does make one. I don't even ever use a nod down. Aw, man. Whoops. Oh. Get out of my way. Driving. Come on. At which point was the signboard supposed to work? What? Taking time. At which point? I don't understand. Okay. I'm smart. Time to pause. Still pause. Oh, there we go. Give us way too much time and then proceeds to just pause it at the same time. Where's the end of the river? Oh, I get it. Sensing all the... It's all just one map, so the river just flows. Okay. Like this. Did I just kill... I guess Chapelfoot? Okay. Oh, I found it on the mansion site. Jeez. Oh, there's 4 faces. Like, how are we gonna fit 4 in my card? I still like this better than this. Where was the signboard found after it swept away? Taking time. It was maybe Good. Yeah, look, there's no rule. I can't print another one. Oh, this is it. Oh, wait, I mean... I started reading Violet Evergarden, only with the first chapter. Show next season. It's supposed to be really good. I like the first chapter. It's fine. Apparently, it's a masterpiece. I think there's only two novels. I think there's only planned to be two as well. And the second one is almost completely translated in English. It's a fan translation. Oh, where do the rivers turn? Which way do the signboard forward?
Kicking time.
Against the look, there's no room. Oh. Okay. There's a middle seat. I forgot those exist. It connects. Complete.
It appeared as though the sign was carried against the river's current. We all saw Mew drop the sign and watched the river carry it downstream. And the river was wide there. The sign should have traveled downriver toward the chapel, correct? It should have hit the wall on the far side of the chapel and stopped there. But that's not where we found it. We found it near the mansion, nestled in some rocks.
The signboard should have been near the chapel, but we found it on the other side.
Hold up. Didn't you stay on the chapel side?
Like,
she probably grabbed the signboard from the chapel wall to cross the river, then left it on the boulders near the mansion so she could get back.
Why would she leave the signboard where it could get swept away and leave her stranded?
Also, this has nothing to do with walking through the wall, right? We're getting off topic. We're so close to the truth. We just have to connect the how and what.
Although it feels like Kokichi's leading a lot more than previous chapters.
All the mysterious things that happened have to connect with each other somehow.
Connect how?
A wall only objects can pass through. Sounds that shouldn't be heard. A signboard going against the river current. How are they all connected?
I don't know, but Shuichi should know, right?
What?
We would be in a lot of trouble if you didn't. The only one who can solve this mystery and save us all is you.
So, how are they connected? Do you know, Shuichi?
Ah, well, what we know so far is that the unnatural way the sign was carried is possibly related to the wall.
What's the question? The clues related to the unnatural way the signboard was carried down the river. I'm not really sure on this one. Is Avatar area? Oh, right. Wait. The wall.
This is it!
Okay. I mean, that's so
It
obvious.
might have to do with a wall that only objects can pass through. The sign should have stopped at the wall on the other side of the chapel. But if that wall happened to be the one that Mew set to allow objects through...
I see. It's a wall only non-humans can pass through. That means the signboard can pass through the wall, right?
Even if it could pass through the chapel wall, how did it end up by the mansion?
The only way it could do that is if the wall was a warp zone. But it's not, right?
That's right, that's the real issue here. How could the signboard pass through the wall but end up on the mansion side? What would explain that?
Leave it to me, Shuichi. I, your partner, will give you hints in times of trouble.
What?
This is the virtual world. We should throw away all of our common sense.
I mean, we're just relying on the map that Miu made, but really, like, it should be.
Huh? The hell does that even mean?
Kikichi might be onto something here. We need to figure out what we know and just think about it. We need to forget what we know. How did that signboard pass through the wall, downstream, and end up upstream? Putting common sense aside and focusing on the flow of the river. How did the signboard pass through the downstream and upstream connect?
That's it! What if both ends of the river were connected?
Huh? Both ends of river connected?
Exactly. To put it another way, the river isn't cut off at the wall near the chapel. It's all part of one big loop. The upstream part of the river is connected to it.
What? What are you talking about? Both ends of the river can't...
Again, throw out all common sense from your head. We're talking about the virtual world.
Then what about the wall? There was only one wall that could be passed through.
They're both the same wall.
Even if the river's connected and it goes through the chapel wall, it wouldn't have been able to go through the mansion wall too.
Well, wait, in that case.
I got it! I know why Miu only set up one wall.
What are you talking about now?
The reason she only set up one wall is because the chapel and the mansion walls are the same wall.
That's it! The walls by the chapel and the mansion aren't separate. They're the same wall.
The same wall?
It's not just the river. The walls themselves are connected. Don't think of it as two separate walls, but a single wall parallel to the y-axis. That single wall divides the entire virtual world. The idea is, you pass through the wall by the chapel and come out by the mansion.
Everything is starting to connect. See, didn't I tell you? Everything is connected.
Damn it, Kokichi! Just tell us!
If both the river and wall are connected, then you can find the secret. Shuichi, you already know the secret behind the virtual world, right?
The secret, huh? Yes, I suppose we should clear that up. We need to solve the mystery of the virtual world. Oh no! Question is a unique feature. Reality? Oh. Just try. Oh, that's a duck. What? I thought that's an M. World. We've already got world round. World long. Let's keep backwards. Just keep guessing. World loops. Loops. I got it. Complete.
Yes, that's it. The virtual world is a loop.
Loop?
Just like in old games, right? Like, for example, when a character goes off the left side of the screen and reappears on the right.
Yes, exactly. The edges of the virtual world are linked together in a continuous loop.
the virtual world loops?
What in the world?
If that's true, it would explain the way the signboard was swept away. It vanished into the wall downstream of the river, came out of that same wall upstream, and floated with the current until it got caught on the rocks.
Yep.
What was the world like before Mew added the wall?
Actually, there wasn't a wall on the y-axis at all, and the x-axis was set to loop.
Are you serious? Even if it is a computer program, isn't that too crazy?
A looping world. That's more extraordinary than even magic.
I mean, if you just walk right, well, I guess east, in the real world, you'll eventually be where you started this time.
But at least it's not a boring answer. It also explains all the things that happened.
Huh? It doesn't explain everything, does it? Because we still don't know why we heard that one sound or Kibo's voice.
Yeah, sound doesn't go past the nap loading point.
Oh my god.
Actually, if we know that the world is a loop, we can explain that as well.
Huh? Really?
Yes, but first we need to be clear where the loop starts.
Where the loop starts. Doesn't it loop at the walls next to the mansion and chapel?
Not necessarily. If we heard a noise at the chapel from inside the mansion, then the loop...
What? Where's the looping point? This is the looping point, right?
There!
Okay.
The map loading point was where the virtual world looped. We thought the loading point was in the middle of the map. But the loading point was actually at the edges.
So the wall Mew created wasn't at the edges of the world, but rather, her wall was at the center of the world.
This game design sucks.
I see. So the mansion and chapel were near each other, with a wall between them. And any sounds emitted near the chapel would also reach the mansion. The wall only allows non-humans to pass through, so sound should be able to pass through easily.
Can't Kibo go through? He's a robot.
That's right! That's how the virtual world works!
Whoa, we've done it!
Impressive, Shuichi!
Ooh.
For you to get this far! Yes! Yes! You are useful indeed!
Oh, it means a lot for you to say that, man.
For you to get this far? What are you, some villain pulling the strings?
Nope. Mew pulled the strings here, not me. Remember? Mew also set this trap. It all began when Mew showed us the map. Because of the map, we mistakenly thought the loading point was at the center.
But how did Mew's body get to the chapel?
Which in turn made the mansion and chapel seem farther away from each other.
But the structure of the world wasn't actually like that. There was a wall along the y-axis, and the x-axis came around in a loop.
By putting that wall in the center of that world, she cut off the loop.
So ever since Mew showed us that map, we were caught in her trap. But we solved this mystery thanks to Shuichi. All hail our savior!
Ooh.
Yeah, if Shuichi wasn't here, then we never would have solved this mystery.
That's right. Good work,
Is
Shuichi.
Kokichi trying to start another cult? Like, now that Angie's dead, you know, nobody likes the tool anymore. So now,
Thanks, Shuichi. You saved us.
You're welcome.
Just because we found out the virtual world's secret doesn't mean we can take it easy yet. Actually, this culprit hunt just got to the exciting part.
ooh, exciting part.
Even if we know all the tricks, it's pretty meaningless if we don't find the culprit. That's how a class trial works, after all!
Kokichi talking like Monokuma again.
No matter what you say, I'm not gonna believe your lies. I'm gonna believe in everyone. That's how I'm gonna reach the truth.
I can't wait to see what happens next!
Oh, any other time? What's Kokichi's plan here? He's definitely prodding at Kaido on purpose. There's no time for distractions like him. What we have to do is find the culprit who killed Miu. Doesn't matter how little mysteries we solve. If we can't find the culprit, it'll be all for nothing. But I still don't know for sure who it could be. Who used Miu's own plan against her to kill her? Who killed Miu? Last trial, intermission! Okay. I'm not actually too sure on this one. Although, honestly, I'm not a big fan of this case. I didn't like Danganronpa's 2's, you know, the whole tower thing. God, I hated that. But honestly, at this point, it could really be anyone. I don't really have any solid evidence, you know, pinpointing one person. Like, Kaido's suspicious, Kokichi's suspicious, Kibo's suspicious. I guess Tsumugi's suspicious a little bit. Like, I kind of want to clear Kaido's suspicion, but you really can't. But, But no, next time. I'm gonna call it there for like an hour, but I'll be back today to hopefully finish up the 4th chapter. So I'll see you guys then. Bye.